Namaste, Sada Khushro Bitia. I, JVN Dr. L.K. Sharma, Professor Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. Today our topic is tribunals. Tribunals were added in the Constitution by Constitutional 42nd Amendment Act 1976 as a part 14A, which has only two articles, that is 323A and 323 to 323B. While Article 323A deals with the administrative tribunals and Article 323B deals with the tribunals for other matters. In general sense, the tribunals are not the courts of normal jurisdiction, but they have very specific and predefined work area. The administrative tribunals are not original invention of the Indian political system. They are well established in all democratic countries of Europe as well as United States of America. Definition of administrative tribunals. An administrative tribunal is a multi-member body to hear cases filed by the staff members alleging non-observation of their items of service or any other related matters and to pass judgment on those cases. Need for administrative tribunals. We all know that the government employs a large workforce to carry out its diverse activities. Managing such a large number of personnel in a Herculean task, most of the government employees are better educated and enough aware to be insistent on their rights. There are times when dispute between the employer, government and employees over service matter can arise. This may lead to litigation between the employees and the government. An employee can through approach the court for redressal of the grievances for the protection of the law is guaranteed to every citizen including government servants, but the judiciary is already overburdened with the cases. Then the court procedure is extremely cumbersome, costly and time consuming. Due to huge number of employees, the judicial remedies stand partially ruled out and there was need for some alternative forum. Thus the basic objective of administrative tribunal is to take out certain matters of disputes between citizen and the government agency to purview of the regular courts of law and make the dispute redressal process quick and less expensive. The Administrative Reform Commission 1966 to 1970 had recommended the setting up civil service tribunals to function as appellate authorities in respect of other orders inflicting the major punishments of dismissal, removal from service and reduction in a rank. At the around the same time, J.C. Shah Committee also recommended the establishment of administrative tribunal to adjudicate on the service matters. In one of the judgments, the Supreme Court of India observed that the civil servants need not to waste their time in fighting battles in the regular law courts and suggested the establishment of such tribunals. Jurisdictions of tribunal in service matters. According to Article 323A, the administrative tribunals can adjudicate the disputes and complaints with the respect to the recruitment and condition of services of person appointed to the public services and the post at union level, state level as well as any local or other authority within the territory of India. Establishment of tribunals. Article 323A provides that law made by the Parliament may provide for the establishment of an administrative tribunal for the Union and a state, separate administrative tribunal for each state or two or more states. These tribunals exclude the jurisdiction of all courts except the special jurisdiction of the Supreme Court in Article 136. The matter for these tribunals are as follows. Recruitment and condition of services of personnel appointed to the public services in the union as well as the state as well as local authorities. Recruitment and condition of service of the person appointed to any corporation owned or controlled by the government. Tribunal by the state legislature. Article 323B empowers the parliament or state legislature to set up a tribunal for matter other than those mentioned above. The matters to be covered by such tribunal are as follows: levy, assessment and collection and enforcement of any tax, foreign exchange, import or export across the customs frontiers, industrial and labor disputes, matter connected with land reforms covered by Article 31A, sealing of urban properties, election to either house of parliament or either house of legislature of state, but excluding the matter which include delimitations of constituencies, matter which can be only questions via election petition. This means that some elections matters where court have been barred cannot be questions in tribunal also. Production, procurement, supply and distribution of foodstuffs including edible oils and oils, such other goods as president may by public notification declare to be essential. goods. Administrative Tribunals Act 1985. Using the power confirmed by the Article 323A of the Constitution, Parliament passed a law to establish the administrative tribunals in India. The Administrative Tribunals Act 1985 provides for the adjudication of trial of disputes and complaints with respect to the recruitment and condition of services of public servants. The Act has made a provision for Central Administrative Tribunal for the Centre and State Administrative Tribunal for a state. In addition to this, the Act provides for the establishment of joint administrative tribunals to hear cases for more than one state. The Act was amended shortly thereafter to constitute a common administrative tribunal between centre and state. The administrative tribunal was thus established in November 1985 at Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta and Allahabad. Today there are 17 benches of tribunal located throughout the country, where the seats of the High Court is located with the 33 division benches. In addition, circuit sittings are held at Nagpur, Goa, Aurangabad, Jammu, Shimla, Indore, Gwalior, Bilaspur, Ranchi, Pondicherry, Gangtok, Port Blair, Shillong, Agartala, Kohima, Imphal, Itanagar, Aizawl and Nainital. Central Administrative Tribunal. Its function is to adjudicate the dispute with respect to recruitment and condition of services of person appointed to the public services and post in connection with the affairs of the union or state or other local authorities within the territory of India or under the control of the Government of India. In addition to certain central government employees, the Government of India has notified 45 other organizations to bring them within the jurisdiction of the Central Administrative Tribunals. The provisions of Administrative Tribunals Act 1985 do not apply to the following: the members of paramilitary forces, armed forces of the Union, officers or employees of the Supreme Court, person appointed to the Secretariat Staff of either House of the Parliament or the Secretariat Staff of the State/Union Territory Legislature. The CAT is headed by the chairman, who must be either a sitting or a retired judge of a high court. Other than the chairman, there are 16 vice chairmen and 49 members. The principal bench is located at New Delhi. Please note that the Central Administrative Tribunal enjoys the status and power of High Court. However, the government employees not satisfied with the CAT orders on their service matters can appeal in the High Courts, followed by the appeal in the Supreme Court. We note here that the Law Commission had recommended that the appeal should go straight to the Supreme Court. However, this remains just a proposal as of now. In disposing of its cases, the tribunal observes the canons, the principles and the norms of natural justice. Tribunals in various states. Many states in India have established a tribunal. In some states, the decisions and judgments are binding upon the state government. In some states, such as Andhra Pradesh, the judgment of the tribunal are binding on the state government unless nullified by letter within a period of 2 months. In some states, the tribunal have taken away the jurisdiction of the respective high courts in service matters, while in some other states they do not abridge or ban the jurisdiction of the high court concerned. Now this is all about the tribunals in India. If you facing any problem, then write a comment in comment box. Thank you.